So in this video we're going to be talking about multi-packs and bundles. Now you may initially think, oh, aren't these just two different words for the same thing? No, absolutely not. There is a difference, and it's important to understand that difference because it's going to affect how we proceed with an item or items and how exactly we analyze. Now let's start off with a bundle. So a bundle consists of different products that have been put together. Okay, now typically a bundle is made up of things that have the same kind of theme. So for example, you wouldn't combine like a shampoo with a Rubik's Cube because that makes absolutely no sense, and there's no one out there that's going to be interested in that kind of bundle. So you have a bundle which is made up of things that are on the same kind of line. So we have a perfect example here. So we have a bundle which is comprised of the Pink Stuff cleaning range. There's different types of cleaners in there, all together in one go, one bundle. Okay. Other examples of bundles will be things like a shampoo and a conditioner. You might get a collection of different cooking utensils. Those sorts of things are bundles. Okay, when you are looking at a bundle, when you're assessing a bundle, okay, you may be coming across different things in sellability and whatnot. If you can come across a few different things that maybe can contribute to a bundle, then it's well worth doing. Okay, like if you can find a bundle that works, then that's a really good thing, because something like this is awesome, because not only would that make for a good buy for a customer just for themselves, it's also, like, believe it or not, this sort of thing would actually also make for a good gift. And of course there's giftier things than what we've got here, but there is a massive interest out there in bundles. Now, before you do anything with bundles, I would heavily recommend that you read Amazon's bundling policy. This differs depending on the country you are in. So the rules for the UK, for example, are very different to the rules in the US. In fact, the US underwent major bundling changes last year. So I can't stress this enough. Please read the most up-to-date Amazon bundling policy to get the full lowdown on what exactly you can and can't do with bundles. So just to explain it very briefly for you, about some of the changes that happened in the US in, I believe it was October, last October. It mostly concerns unique bundles. So a unique bundle is basically where you are bundling a set of items together where one of those elements is completely unique. Now there's two different kinds of unique bundles, so we can stem off of that. So there's one example of a unique bundle where people just combine a couple of items with a generic item. This I wouldn't really say is like a true unique bundle, because someone else could literally do the exact same thing. So for example, you could have a collection of various car cleaning stuff, and then maybe you throw in like a generic rag or something as part of that unique bundle. That is kind of a unique bundle, but not really. But the true definition of a unique bundle is where you add in an element into your bundle where no one else can replicate that. So for example, it could be that you have a cookbook and you've got your own like contributions or recipes or something that you add in. Maybe you make a sheet on Canva that you laminate and so forth, and you combine that with the cookbook, and therefore that's the unique element of that bundle. We can go down a rabbit hole with this one, and that's not what I'm going to do in this video because I don't want to overload you. But just to help you understand that there is a difference between a bundle and a unique bundle. A bundle is something that already exists, and in the US, particularly when it comes to groceries and I believe also health and beauty, the rules there have changed quite a bit, where you can't just go and like spring a new bundle into the Amazon marketplace. You have to go with something that already exists. So like there's so many different rules and stuff to it. As I say, read the Amazon bundling policy before you get into any of this stuff. With multi-packs, it's a bit simpler. It's a bit more straightforward. A multi-pack is just where one can buy a larger quantity of the exact same product. So if this was a Lynx deodorant and like a Lynx body wash, that would be different. That's a bundle. Okay, Because it's all the exact same item, it is a multi-pack, so it's got to be the exact same item. Now, you need to be wary when you are assessing things like this. You need to account for the fact that there will be, in this case, 5 of this item. So when you're analyzing, it's a good idea to maybe take the price of, well, like if you're looking to buy 5 to make up the multi-pack, you need to take the price of 1 and obviously times that by 5. Of course, you can assess the profit by all means of, how much you'd make by selling a singular one. But of course, what you need to find out is how much profit you'd make if you were selling 5 to make up the multi-pack. That's how we need to analyze this item. Now, in sellability, there is the bundle calculator. So you just enter in the quantity to make up that multi-pack and it will work out what the profit would be and so forth, because you've entered in the quantity in there of how many you need to buy to make up that multi-pack. Obviously, this isn't the best example because this isn't a multi-pack. This is just a singular item. But if we saw that the item it's matched to within sellability is a multi-pack, and that's the only instance of it that we have, we need to use this bundle calculator to, if it's a multi-pack of 5, we need to put 5 in there. We need to find out if that's still profitable if we were to go ahead with that multi-pack. So you need to be very careful when you are doing your analysis, and this, things like the bundle calculator make it so much easier to make these assessments. But that is the difference between a bundle and a multi-pack. Hopefully this has helped clear things up. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.